Hello. So we are making, I think, 5 grumble-free recipes. Actually, all of these recipes are 5 ingredients or less except for one, but that one just needs a few extra cans. So Tricia is organizing the groceries that she picked up. What was your total for these, by the way?
I think like $87.
$87. Hi, here's Tricia, by the way.
Hi.
In today's video, yay! You've been seeing all kinds of Tricia.
Oh, fine.
So we are gonna organize the groceries based on meal and then get going with all of this. So we are gonna do taco soup. We're doing pizza chicken. I'm excited about that. We're doing pork verde. We're doing easy enchilada casserole, and we're doing grandma's Mexican rice. And Tricia even got, because we're being super festive, she got us a fiesta banner that we're gonna hang up for our giant lunch.
Gotta have a party.
Gotta have a party. and so all my kids love it when Miss Tricia comes to visit. They got some candy.
Candy.
That's right. For any of these recipes, just look in the first link in the description below. Tricia has a brand new free book for you, and of course she also has the Grumble Free Year that's out now as well. But get her free book because she's got over 30 years of mama experience and a whole lot of wisdom for us all. Here's what Tricia has to say about her Grumble Free recipes. Again, 5 ingredients or less. Number 1, recipes are cost effective. 2, recipes have ingredients that she has on hand. So of course this isn't her house, so she had to buy this stuff and bring it. But usually it's stuff you have at home.
Yes,
and it looks like stuff I probably would have had too.
Yeah, I mean,
if we have a lot of kids, so we can't coordinate too much. Okay. So she said, should I just put in a Walmart grocery order? And I said, yeah, do that. No thinking involved here. They're all recipes she has taught her kids to make. Recipes take less than 15 minutes to prepare, which means less grumbling for mom. And these recipes all feed a lot of people. We got
Yes, they
rice
do.
and yeah, good deal. And they're all recipes her kids like, so that's less grumbling on them. So Miss Tricia's gonna tell us what's going on here.
Okay, so this is for the pizza chicken.
Okay.
All it is the chicken thighs, a can of pasta sauce,
Oh, yum.
a pepperoni, and cheese. And I like to just cook the chicken thighs in chicken broth. I just think it makes it richer.
Perfect.
So we're gonna do that. Super
Okay.
easy. Like, look at this.
I know, that's
it.
it. And that is truly 5 ingredients.
Yes.
Okay, any mom can do
the taco
that.
soup has a little bit more. I think it has 7 ingredients. but
Sure.
It's done.
Yes.
So we're gonna end up browning the ground beef, and then all this other stuff just dumps in there.
Oh, yes.
We have pinto beans,
Throw and go.
rotel chili beans, and corn, and then a packet of ranch dressing
Perfect.
mix and taco seasoning mix. And then when it's done, we serve it with, my kids like Fritos
Oh
more than
my,
tortilla chips,
yes.
and then sour cream.
My kiddos will be like, what
So-
is this world?
Exactly. Okay, easy enchilada casserole.
Oh, boy.
We just have tortillas, and we're gonna have some of the ground beef. So this is gonna serve 2 recipes.
Okay.
Refried beans, tomato sauce. We're gonna make our own enchilada sauce. I'm gonna show you how easy it is.
Okay,
Don't
get
need
ready.
To buy the canned
Get ready,
enchilada
folks.
sauce. And then cheese is gonna be on top. So again, that's all you
Perfect.
need for that
Okay.
recipe. Okay.
Love it.
Pork verde. We're gonna end up
Oh,
dicing
good.
this up. It's gonna be bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
And then we're gonna mix in tomato sauce, green chilies, diced green chilies, and then this is for the pork. But
Yes,
and then
yes.
cheddar cheese there, and it makes a sauce that we will serve over the rice.
Oh, okay. Yum, yum.
Okay.
And then last.
The last one. This is a family recipe here.
Okay.
So first time it's been out in the world.
Okay,
We're
and this
gonna
is
make
grandma's.
Grandma's Mexican rice.
Now in this video, if they're new, tell them who grandma is real
So
quick.
my 90-year-old grandma lives with me. Yeah,
Yes.
she's lived with us for 20 years. And growing up, my mom was a single mom, so I spent a lot of time at grandma's house. And she would always cook. So every holiday, every Sunday, she's in there cooking. And one of my favorite things is this Mexican rice.
Okay.
So every time we
wonderful.
go to a restaurant, she's like, they don't know how to make the rice.
Right. Grandma
Let me show
knows.
you how grandma
This is
makes
grandma's
the rice.
recipe. Okay.
So we're gonna have some beef broth. You can use chicken broth if you'd rather.
Okay.
You could even use the chicken broth from the thighs if you want
Oh
to.
yeah, if you were
Yep, and so we have tomato sauce, rice, and onion and cilantro.
Oh,
and really
cilantro.
it's in the preparation.
Sure.
There's some key steps. that you need
Okay,
to
so
take.
you all are getting grandma's secrets.
Grandma's secrets. is
Okay, so Tricia and I are gonna jump in and we're gonna make all this up. So Tricia's chopping an onion. I just got the chicken thighs, and let's see, how many pounds were these chicken thighs? Well, you guys can get the recipe, but this was 4.64 pounds. She paid $1.26 per pound, so it's $5.85 for that pack. Anyway, just put them all in the Instant Pot with a cup of the chicken broth. Now we're gonna get the lid on it and let this get cooking. And again, she's at the vegetable chopping station. And now she said they take the skin off of the chicken thighs, but we're gonna cook them first and then we'll take it off when we're done. Oh, look at her beautiful chopping. So while we're cooking, we're gonna tell you some stories. Tricia has a story about her enchilada casserole and however that came to be. So here we go.
Every holiday, my grandma would make enchiladas. And it is quite a long process because she would make her homemade tortillas, she would do all her meat, and then you actually have to prepare the tortillas before you roll them. I mean, it takes a while. Now, our family loves enchiladas, and I cook them for holidays, grandma's way, with all the rolling and making stuff and all the long process, but there's times we just want it in between. And so this is why I figured out this enchilada casserole that we can do super quick, just on a weeknight. It has the same flavor. I mean, it's not, you know, grandma's homemade tortillas and stuff, but it has the same flavor. And so our family loves it. We can just throw it in. The kids like it because we're gonna make layers, so we're gonna do the tortillas, then a layer of beans, and a layer of meat with the sauce, and they like spreading like the beans on the tortilla, so they like making the layers, so it's super easy for them to do. So this is like the cheater way. Grandma, sorry, but I made a cheater way. Right. But this meat is gonna be both for the enchilada casserole and the taco soup. Okay. And taco soup is another one, and actually one of my editors gave me the recipe years ago. I was working on an article for Home Life magazine, and Tracy was one of the editors there, and we were talking about what we're making for dinner, and she said taco soup with cornbread, and I said, oh, I need the recipe. So this recipe came from Tracy in Nashville. Thank you, Tracy. But we probably have it, at least a couple times a month, because it's one of those things, if I have ground beef already frozen, which I get, 10 pounds or 20 pounds at a time, cook it all up, keep individual packages in the freezer, then I could just get that out, put it in the Instant Pot, put all the cans in, and it's good to go. And it doesn't have to be the Instant Pot. I like the Instant Pot because if I do it in the morning, it just stays warm all day. Yeah. Sometimes I'll do it in the crock pot, or you could just do it on a pan on the stove. So it just needs to be warm. And then I took this to one of my writers' retreats. I get together every summer with some other novelists. You might know some of them, like Robin Lee Hatcher and Brandon Lee Collins. And we always have a retreat and we plot books. And taco soup is now on our menu that we do every year because it is so easy.
More use for the IKEA pot. I'm gonna just get that going on the back.
I need one of those.
Yes, I want to say because see, it fits on the stove nice. Even though it doesn't take up a lot of room. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, you all can probably tell me in the comments. I don't know if I paid $40 for that or $30 or $20.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but you guys probably have IKEA.
No, we don't. So the nearest IKEA is there's one in Memphis, which is like 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's so worth it. Go.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
No, I drive an hour and a half to get to IKEA, and it's just wonderful. It's all my hopes and dreams always. So, and I didn't know I was going to be an IKEA person like that.
Oh my goodness.
But I am. What point do you put the taco seasoning and the ranch in there?
You put it in now.
Okay. Okay, can opener, don't let me down.
Good job, can opener.
Good job, can opener. You can do it. Okay.
And you could do this with a pork roast, or sometimes you could get the pork stew meat. It's already cut up for you.
Yes.
So that makes it super
and
easy.
Sometimes that ends up being not that much more expensive for it done. And then sometimes it's like, well, I'll just cut it myself.
Yeah. And then, or you can get pork chops. Like, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So any kind of pork.
Any kind of pork.
So the link for all of these 5 ingredients or less, although we're putting a few extra cans in the taco soup, will be linked down below.
So one of the fun things is John and I wanted to have a priority of having meals around the table. Now, this came after years because when we first got married, I really didn't know how to cook. Like, my grandma cooked all the time.
Yes.
And then my mom cooked, she didn't make as much homemade stuff, and then she was always cooking, so I really didn't need. I would help her sometimes, but not really. So when John and I got married, I loved having home cooked meals, but didn't really know how to cook, and I got the Betty Crocker, you know, the red and white cover.
Oh yes.
Book. So I still use that sometimes, but I started making recipes, and I also got like cooking magazines from the store. One of the recipes was like a harvest stew, and it had like the meat and the vegetables, and then one of the things it called for was grapes.
Okay.
In this harvest stew.
How was John handling that?
I put it in the slow cooker, not thinking about it. Like grapes just gives it a kind of sweet taste, which now I know John does not like sweet mixed with savory. But raisins, when they stewed all day, turned to grapes.
Okay.
And so they were hot, yucky grapes filled with juices.
No grapes.
No raisins or grapes in your stew. It just doesn't taste good. And so John will still tease me about that sometimes.
Tricia and I, while she's been here this weekend, we've been doing Instagram questions, and again, just all the fun videos. But one of the questions we probably have 10 times, and these mamas are asking now that you're talking about grapes. How do you deal with picky eaters or plates left with food for little ones, and how do you teach table manners? So teach us, good. Tricia.
Okay.
Picky eaters.
So we had a very picky eater. We had one, she's 27 now. The funny thing is, she lived.
She lived, yeah.
She lives in the Czech Republic, which has all kinds of interesting foods.
Yeah.
So she goes over people's houses, and what we did with picky eaters is, first of all, I try to make things that generally everyone likes.
Right,
but sometimes,
right.
you know, there's stuff that she didn't like. The thing is that they always had to try it.
Yes.
So if I knew something, if they didn't like it, or maybe she wouldn't like it because she didn't like onions and different things, she had to at least try it. But I would make sure there was enough of other things. And one thing that really helped me was one time I did an article on this, and I talked to a nutritionist, and she said, you know, we give kids often more food than they need.
Yes.
And so really start with a couple teaspoons of each different kind of things. They have to try everything. They don't have to like everything. Because I remember when I was little, I didn't like onions. I didn't like certain things, but now I do.
Right. Yeah, give me onions.
They have like full taste buds. Like their taste buds are young and fresh.
Yes.
So sometimes that is just too strong for them.
Okay.
So we would have our kids try everything, and then realize like sometimes it's just not going to be their thing, but they have to at least eat a couple tablespoons of different things. And when they're little, that's all they need. I think sometimes we give them too much food, and we're trying to require too much of them. Now, we always made our kids sit at the table, so none of this running around, coming to take a bite.
Right.
And
we have the 2-year-old in high chair.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, we made sure, and I made sure, like if they had an afternoon snack, it did not have a lot of sugar in it, because that kind of fills their bellies, or give them juice in the afternoon.
Okay.
So if they have juice in the afternoon, that spikes their sugar, and then they don't feel hungry, and then we're sitting them at the table with stuff that doesn't even look good, and then wanting them to eat. So really it is in the afternoon ahead of time, making sure they're not getting a lot of sugar.
So you do like a little protein snack?
A protein snack, yeah. You can do some nuts or cheese. You can do fruit, cut out apples or those types of things. And that has a little bit of sugar, but not a lot.
Liam just brought me a little friend.
Gigantic chicken's in my shirt.
Giganta chicken is this one's name. One of our hens. Oh, she loves it. She is all snuggled down in there, Liam. These can easily be doubled and tripled, and you can have a full stock pot of taco soup. You can have a whole lot of pizza chicken. You can have a lot of any of this. Just make it work for you.
Yeah.
So pork's almost done.
Yes.
And then chicken, almost done. Come on, chicken. Then we're gonna put the rice in the Instant Pot, which is my favorite thing to do ever.
Yeah, easy.
And then taco soup is done. Tricia was saying it's like a thick chili. Smells fantastic. We're gonna put toppings on it.
Put sour cream and cheese and eat it with the Frito chips.
Oh, my kids will love this. Yeah. Look, Zion hung up. Yeah, he did. It looks beautiful. He put up our festive banner.
Oh,
I was saying it does look cute. So we're going to leave it in here for 6 months, and then the girls will probably hang it in their room.
I love it.
So Tricia was just telling me she also brought grumble-free bracelets for the kids, so I have to see what these look like.
So they're grumble free. I think they're glow in the dark.
Oh, fun.
I mean, we'll see.
Yes.
I thought they are.
We will test this. Yes.
So grumble free on one side, and then I can do all things through him.
Oh, that's perfect.
Because really, we can't do anything in our own strength. So
that's right.
God, and that's what I try to teach the kids. Like, we can ask God for help.
Okay, so we're draining the pork. What do we mix with the pork?
Okay, we're going to add in the tomato sauce and the green chilies, and then stir that in, and then once that is together, we're going to add in the grated cheese.
Oh, yum.
I mean, that's so easy.
And then we're doing the rice. Yes, Tricia just said we need the can opener, so.
Yeah, we need the can opener.
I know how to handle this bad boy. Let's see if we get cooperation. Oh, that time it just did it like it's
there. So we had the pork, and then we just added the tomato sauce, the green chilies, and the grated cheese. And the cheese just needs to melt a little bit more. So I'm just going to leave it on a low temperature.
Okay.
And it makes this yummy, creamy, Mexican-y sauce.
Fantastic. Okay. Can't wait to eat a lot of that. Tricia's going to do homemade enchilada sauce and show us how easy that is. This is a little bigger than 9 by 13.
It'll be
That's
perfect.
okay. Because you all know I never know the size of this, but it's my little bit bigger than 9 by 13.
And we'll need to spray them on.
You need a bowl.
A little bowl.
Okay, so we just have regular old Walmart tomato sauce.
Right. Now I put the actual measurements, but this is how I cook at home.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
like that's what I.
It's about 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, if you want the proper recipe, which I know you do, link in the description. She'll tell you exactly how many tablespoons.
Okay,
but we do eyeballing school.
We do.
Yeah.
So we have that was chili powder. So
okay.
Just tomato sauce. Put about 2 tablespoons of chili powder.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna add some cumin. Oh, it's gonna take the seal off again. But we need a half a cup of water in there.
Okay.
And then like a little whisk. And you can start whisking that up. So, you know, when they have cooking shows on TV, like they already have the measurements of all the spices, prep and stuff.
This is cooking in Jamerrill.
This is like, this is mom, real life.
This is mom cooking here.
Stuff.
I was eyeballing that half a cup.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little cumin. All right.
So like that might be a teaspoon?
Yep, half teaspoon.
Okay.
Or half tablespoon, or I don't know.
Something.
It'll
Just dump a little less cumin than chili powder. Heavy on the chili powder, little on the cumin.
So when you
I started whisking.
Yep, that's all you do is whisk it up, and that's already done. So we're gonna actually mix that with the meat.
Okay.
You don't have to. You could like if you want to just do the meat and then put the sauce on top.
So
we can do either one.
Put the meat. Actually, I can probably put the meat in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my little rigged up still in the colander meat. Good.
All right. So I mean, how easy was that? So don't buy that enchilada sauce from the can. Just chili powder, cumin, and tomato sauce, and water.
Perfect.
All right, so that is gonna go. So we're gonna start with.
This reminded me of. Oh, I'm losing meat. I'm flinging stuff around. Getting excited.
We're gonna do a layer of tortillas. Okay. Oh, we need the can opener again for this.
Okay. Well, I know how to talk to that can opener.
And then kind of just pile them on top of each other. So, you know, you don't have to be perfect here. These are nice tortillas.
Good job. She's going out in Walmart.
Yeah. Okay. And then we're going to put a layer of beans, a layer of the meat and enchilada sauce mixture, and then a layer of cheese. Now, one of our girls can't do dairy.
Okay.
So, taco soup has no dairy. And then the Hidden Valley Ranch might have like a little bit, but it's not enough to bother her.
Okay.
I take some of the pork verde out without the cheese, and I will set that to the side for her. She likes it like that. And the enchiladas, when I make it, I'll just leave a strip at one end that doesn't have the cheese in it, and she can eat those.
So there you go, dairy-free adaptations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just gonna.
And then I'm thinking all of this should freeze well.
Yeah, everything should freeze well.
Perfect.
Yeah, you can even make the taco soup ahead of time and keep it in there.
Yeah, so the taco soup, I mean, you could just make it like that and dump it in a bag and put it in the freezer and then set it out, and the day you need it, you can put it back in the slow cooker and warm it, put it on the stove.
Or like I've done before, just have the meat already done and then in the morning just dump everything in there.
Yay.
Now my grandma's homemade enchiladas, she does not do refried beans.
Okay.
Inside, she does it on the side.
Okay.
She doesn't do any beans in her homemade enchiladas. Well, this is just like sticks to your bones better for all these kids.
Yes.
So,
get some beans
we're
in
just gonna get
there.
some beans and they like it.
Okay, it's coming together, Tricia.
So the second layer is done of the enchilada casserole. All we have to do is stick this in the oven for 400 for about 15 minutes because everything's cooked. We just need it all melted together, get it really yummy.
Love it. I guess I'm being bossy and I'm jumping in trying to do the pizza chicken.
You're fine.
Okay guys, so of course I'm opening up my oven real quick, but look how beautiful those are. So that's the enchilada casserole and then the chicken pizza. Yum. Tricia's gonna let us know Grandma's secrets now. This is Grandma's secret.
Recipes. So in the big pot, we have just vegetable oil on the bottom. And I'm gonna start putting the onions in there. And then I'm gonna need 4 cups of that rice.
Okay.
And we're gonna use the chicken broth that we just pulled out of the pizza chicken. Sometimes I'll save it and freeze it, sometimes I'll use it then, but that's some good broth. We're going to brown the rice. This is the secret to Grandma's rice recipe.
Okay, brown
We're
it.
gonna actually cook this until it is golden brown with the onions and the oil. Now sometimes in the Instant Pot when I do rice, instead of water, I'll do beef broth or chicken broth, and it makes it just extra.
Extra.
So now that it's golden brown, I'm actually going to use that chicken broth that we used from the Instant Pot earlier. And pour that in there. And then you could use more chicken broth, or I have some beef broth here. Sometimes I'll make it with just beef broth. And then after all the broth is in there, we're going to add a can of tomato sauce. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. Then we're gonna add my 2 favorite ingredients, chili powder and cumin.
Yum.
Okay, so we have the rice with the broth, with the chili powder, with the cumin, and now love cilantro. Some people don't like cilantro. You don't have to put in cilantro, but we are going to put in lots of cilantro.
Cilantro friendly household.
We are gonna save some of this though if we want to add it to the top of the taco soup. Or even the enchilada casserole, you could throw some cilantro on there.
I've been working on setting the table. We got the enchilada casserole out there. This is the pizza chicken. Yum, I'm gonna set that out. I was telling her about the bowl. You all know the bowl that she needs in her life. So, and also where I store it, because that's also the mystery. Jamerrill, where you put it. So this is my smaller, I
just need this. Like, this is amazing.
This is a great one. But wait, there's more.
Oh,
okay, it's coming. Get it at the right
corner. We could cook so much Mexican rice.
So, I know, Grandma would be so proud. So this is 30 quarts, and I want to say it was $30 on Amazon.
Oh my word.
And in the reviews, like, people use this for a shower bowl and to bathe children in. And so, you all know with my cooking, hold on 1 second, sweetie, I grow out of these bowls, and this is just the way to go.
Yeah.
And then I stack them all together.
I love it.
And get them in here.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Mommy.
We're gonna have a party. Here is how, oh boy, Benjamin. Woo, you ready to eat? Okay, let me show. So we've got our enchilada casserole, our pizza chicken, the pork verde. We have Grandma's special Mexican rice, taco soup, candy, fun, so much fun. Okay, so here is my lunch. I've got taco soup, Grandma's Mexican rice, enchilada casserole. Tricia, you've got all kinds of wonderful things there.
Enchilada casserole and rice.
Yum. The kids are having a variety of things. Grandmother's eating things. Amelia's having no complaints. And, hi.
Baby, eat.
Eat. He's like, let me eat. So this is Benjamin's 3rd plate of Grandma's Mexican rice. He approves.